Hi chums. Okay chums, I have been tagged by Dalecalder and the theme is, what are you doing in your garden this year? What plans do you have? So I'll just take a walk around the garden and show you what I'm doing. I've got little notes in my pocket because I've got a few things to say about it and I'm scared of leaving something out. But so here we are, we're starting this side over here. The big project this year is going to be getting this all tidied up and sorted out. You know, I did this job last year and the place is starting to tighten up nicely with the driving the cars over it and stuff, but this corner up here is still soft. But I would normally park in around this area to tighten that, but I went over there one day and I couldn't get back out again because the reverse in my car is suspect, so it's up on the ramp at the moment and the boys are pulling it apart and hopefully they'll sort that out. But you can see here I've got a lot of stuff to sort out and I'm going to get the Roundup out. Now I don't want to cause a whole international crisis here, but I would use Roundup once a year on really bad weeds and then hand weed the rest of the time because I'm not fit enough to do it all by myself. Now I have to accept these things, so I'll give a good spray in here and that'll be it done. I have to thin this hedge back. Well, I'm going to get guys in to do that for me because I don't want to end up 6 weeks in bed like I did last summer because I overdid it. I've got a load of topsoil coming for these beds and that should have been here in September time, but I'm kind of glad they didn't bring it because it gives me a chance to get all this grass burnt off first. And there's some monkey puzzle that I still have to get cut up for turning. So you can see here a lot of brambles and stuff in there. That's my fig tree there, that one. So we'll come out here. The pillars are plastered. My friend Seamus is a plasterer and he did those for me, and that plaster actually has the colour in the plaster, so no more painting. I'll just paint the tops and that'll be it. So the plans for outside are that there's going to be a hedge come in along here, but the hedge is only going to be about maybe 3 feet high at the very most, about less than a metre. The big truck coming here, so I'll just stop for a moment. We have a sand merchant down the road. They take sand out of the loch, Emerson's, and the big huge trucks up and down here all day long. So there's going to be a hedge go in here, and this will all be landscaped and nice flowers put in. It kind of got destroyed last year with the diggers, and this hedge is going to be taken down. You can see if I walk out onto the road for a second, you can see where I've cut the hedge down here. So what do you call it? I'm going to take that back up to here a wee bit, and that'll give me a better sight down the road. Now, as you can see, it's still rough looking, but that'll be all sorted. Seamus is coming back to finish these plasters, but there have been some difficulties for they had a bereavement and stuff, and I'm certainly not going to put pressure on him to come and do that there. He's doing me the favour, so I'll be very patient. So any signs of spring? I wonder if there are any signs of spring. Not a whole lot yet. Not much happening yet now, but as I say, it'll happen eventually. So you can see lots more driving about to do, and then the next big job will be getting the stones, the final lot of stones down to finish this off, and it should look nice. Okay, down this side, this is all going to be filled in with soil here as well and levelled out to make cutting the grass easier. There's rubbish is blown in from out in the road somewhere. So down this side here, the plan this year, like every year, is to get this bed sorted out, but it's a big lot of work, you know. So when I've got the Roundup, I'm just going to go down here and just clean it out and hopefully get back into it and get at it before the weeds come back in again. The problem is scotch grass over here, and you can see it once it gets in, it's just desperate stuff, you know, and you have to do maybe a few treatments with the Roundup, but that's it. I don't know what that's called, but it's nice, isn't it? And there's my gourds. There's my wee gourds that I got, and that was it. The squirrels had a go at one of them and didn't like them. There's daffodils coming up, folks, and there should be snowdrops coming as well somewhere. I'm looking here, I don't see any snowdrops. That log pile has been there for some 15 years probably. 10 years, no, more. And it's just disintegrating, but there's tracks in round it and you see the cats sniffing about, so there's something living in there. I've seen hedgehogs coming out every so often, so that's a good thing. These trees are hopefully going to be cut this year. I need to get them down to get light into this part of the garden here, you know. I threw strawberries over here when I was sorting my strawberries out. All the ones I didn't want I just threw over here and let them take their chances. So we'll see if they can beat the weeds. And then I'm going to try and tidy all this up a bit, you know, and get it done. That bed has to go in, and I was going to put another 2 beds here, but I don't think it will. I think I'll keep this as a sort of a pumpkin patch if I can get the light at it. Now, over here, I've got a guy gave me some carpet and lino that he was throwing out, and I put it down here just to try and keep the mud down a bit and make it a bit easier to walk on. There's been something digging about in there. That's not just the wind did that. You can see paw prints and stuff, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. These leaks, well, too late as usual. This corner here, this is a 2-year project now. That's all compost from 2 years or maybe 3 years now. So that's all going to be taken out, and it's in bags, so it should be pretty well decomposed already. And I'm going to start a new heap over here. So we'll walk. Oh, the other thing is, it's very wet down here, so I'm going to put a raised bed in here along that wall. And see, that's almost south facing, so it's great heat. So I'm going to try putting raspberries in along there, or loganberries. Probably loganberries, they're very nice, you know. I ordered trees. Rosemary ordered trees for me for Christmas, 4 fruit trees, and a special deal that was on TV. And the actual, I think I told you about this, and the fruit trees were actually free. When you look at the price of the big pots they came with, I came with them, but they haven't arrived. So I got in touch with them, and they're on their way, and they haven't arrived a month later. So I'm going to cancel the order and try again next year. I think it's getting too late for fruit trees now. I'm going to tidy this up and put rhubarb in here and a compost bin along there. I think that's the way it's going to go. And then up here, turning into the sun, what sun there is. It's a kind of a midland day today. It's not very exciting at all, but at least it's not raining. It's going to get cold though. It's getting down to freezing for the end of the week. I've started making some progress here. Those are bags of blocks and sticks and stuff that I've been working at, and more over there. And what my idea here is, I'll go in this way here. There's my new window I got put in the garage, which is a good job. I've been working from here back to leave space. So I'm going to get pallets and put them on the ground here, and put backs on them as well, and use them as storage bins for wood. And then the theory is that I'm going to build a frame along here and out to about here, and put corrugated sheeting on it, the see-through stuff, the plastic, and that'll give me an area that's dry, but the wind will come through that hedge, and it'll give me, that's west we're facing now, we get most of our wind from the west, so it gives me an area where I can dry wood gently, because we're north facing here obviously. So any wood I want to dry, I can put in here to get it dried without the sun getting at it and cracking it. So that's the theory anyway, and hopefully get that done as well. So that's my plans for this year, folks. And if I get all that done, I'll be happy enough. The beds, well, I'll be getting at those very soon actually, you know. So there you are. So plenty of work to do. I'll probably not get it all done, but you have to have plans. If you don't have plans, there's no point getting out of bed in the morning. So where do we go from here? Tags. Right, I said earlier in the last video I was going to tag people. I'm just looking at a wee note here to make sure I've got everything done that I was going to do. Yeah, I said I would tag people, but I'm just going to walk around so you're not watching the same scene all the time. I'm going to walk into the sun and maybe blind you all. No, not too bad, not too bad. So I must do that thing someday, put the feeders up, put the camera up with the feeders and let you see the birds at them. So as I say, I'm going to tag people who don't have as many subscribers as some of the rest of us, and are getting their channels up and going. So my tags are going to, I'll put links to these channels in the description as well. So my tags are IrishWoodDoctor, MrVegetableGarden, that's Tomas in Portugal, Square Foot Gardening 5, that's Eric in the Netherlands, MikeCat23, that's Mike down south, and AndyDavisByTheSea. Now, if you look at his channel, you'll see mostly radio type stuff, but also his wife Sophie does the gardening part, and I would like to know what Sophie's doing this year in the garden and what plans she has for Andy. So Andy, if you don't mind, I'm tagging you as well. I've never been tagged before, but I think the way this works is you make a video telling us what your plans are, a short video, and then you put it up as a video response to this tag below this video, and then I approve it well, it's just so I approve it so that it gets onto my channel, but it will still come up on YouTube. It's not being blocked or anything. It just means that I'm allowing it onto my channel. It's a courtesy that YouTube give you so that people don't flood you with stuff that you don't want. So it's IrishWoodDoctor Donal, MrVegetableGarden Tomas, Squarefoot Gardening 5, Eric, Mike Cat 23, Mike, AndyDavisByTheSea, Sophie, and Andy. And there's one other I'm going to include here. I was going to tag garryentropy, but he has already done, Gary, you have already done a video about your plans for this year in the garden. So rather than do another one, would you mind if I asked you to tag that one as a video response to this, and that'll be you tagged as well, and it'll get some people into your channel as well. Gary has a huge variety of stuff on his channel. There's music, there's films, everything. There's one thing recently he did. It's he's doing a film, making a film up, and you'll notice on some of the screenshots on his channel a watchtower, an old-fashioned German watchtower. Have a look at those. The lighting in some of the scenes is absolutely beautiful, especially the watchtower scene. It's just spectacular, really, really nice. I watch that quite often, actually. It's really beautiful. So that's a work in progress. So there you go, folks. That's my tag done. Thanks, Dale. It's a good way to get people to make videos too, I suppose. So thanks, Dale, for that. I've never been tagged before, so it's done now, and I've survived. All the best now, folks. Bye-bye.